Alright, what is going on, everybody? This is Trudger MC, and today we are going to be finishing the Batman and Robin collect-to-build Mr. Freeze Build-A-Figure wave. Today we are looking at Poison Ivy right here. So, here she is. I think she looks really cool, and we're going to talk about that later. So, for comparisons here, one last time, let's bring her up against her most unabominable snowman. So, there we go. There's that. And then, here she is with Spider-Man. There we go. You can see she's actually a little bit taller than him. So that's kind of interesting. And then for another comparison, even though they haven't really made another Poison Ivy figure like this, we do have the Harley Quinn from the Suicide Squad. And as you can see, she's a little bit taller than her. And as far as how tall she actually is, well, we can find out together. So she is, let's say, just shy of 7.5 inches if you include the top of whatever that is. And then if you flip that around to metric, looks like she is, let's say, about 19 centimeters. So she's actually kind of tall, which makes sense because Uma Thurman, I think, is like 6 foot. So Uma Thurman's really tall, but then you also have these heels that she wears. So yeah. So yeah. Let's get into the review, shall we? So here is Poison Ivy here. And she looks really good. I think she definitely looks like the character from the movie there. That looks accurate. The hair is all one color, and, normally that would be kind of a detractor of, like, there has to be a wash on there to make it look more like hair. Well, it looked like that in the movie. It was basically just red, and, like, that was it. So, it's accurate to that. I do like the green there on the side. That looks kind of good. And then you have these, I don't know what these are, like eyebrows or I don't know what they are, but they're accurate to the movie. The face sculpt looks good. I mean, she has kind of a bored expression, which is funny because her character was like super, over the top and bombastic and all of that in the movie. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, but her just kind of looking bored, but whatever. You do have these earrings here that kind of look like leaves. So there you go. You have that on both sides of the figure. So there you go. And then, yeah, so you have these gloves here. The gloves look good. You have kind of some foliage on here that just kind of goes down into the actual glove itself. And, yeah, it just kind of tapers off at the end there with some more foliage. And then you have this flower here on the inside of her hand. Kind of looks like she's in the Hunger Games now or something like that. I don't know. But, yeah, so you have that, you have a leaf on there, and then you do have a couple of rings on her fingers, so there you go. And then on the other side, it's the same kind of thing, so same kind of foliage, and then you can't really see, she doesn't really have a flower on the inside of her hand there, but she does have a couple more rings on, and then you do have the, torso. You have the torso there, and I think that the torso actually looks really good. Can't exactly see all the details because of the massive chunk of hair that kind of covers it, but you can see what it looks like. It looks like this, like, camo, like, not really camo, but, like, how, like, some people in the military, they have, like, I don't know, like a shroud or a cape or whatever that they put over themselves to make them look like, it's just part of the, like, fallen leaves and, whatnot. It looks like that, and I think it looks really good, and, so there is that, and it looks really good. It also kind of hides the articulation. Like, if you just kind of look at this, it's kind of hard to tell that there are actually some articulation points in there. So I think that looks really good. And then for the legs there, I like what they did with this, how it's kind of like a, I don't know, like an olive type green, and that just kind of like tapers off, like as it goes on, it gets like a little bit pale up here, but then it just kind of darkens down here, and it eventually just darkens to this like really dark green for the end there. So it just kind of does that, and then you have a little bit of vine detail on the top of the boots there, so that looks pretty good for that side, and that just kind of ends here with some dress shoes or whatever. And then on this side you have some more vines that are actually painted on here, so you're sculpted and painted, just kind of going around the side there. and then you have, some more vine work on the side there, and I like how that looks, and yeah, they're not entirely the same thing, so I like that they're asymmetrical. It actually looks more like, plants that are growing on her, which makes sense. So there you go. And then, yeah, so that's about it for the design there. I think that the design looks pretty good. And as far as articulation goes, you can probably guess that the head doesn't move a lot. And you would be right, because, yeah, the hair does kind of get in the way. It does look down just a little bit, and that does look up just a little bit, and that's it. So it just has a little bit of that. It does have a little bit of attitude, and then it does have a little bit of rotation, but that's about it. So don't expect her to look around all over the place. Not good! So there you go. And then you have the arms. They can go out about that far, so I think that's pretty good. Then they do rotate. They can rotate all the way around, so there we go. And then you do get a bicep swivel. Bicep swivel is pretty good. You get a double jointed elbow there, so that looks pretty good. And then you do get a ball hinge for the wrist, so there you go. There's that. So I think that looks pretty good. You can have her like brushing her hair or something like that, so there you go. And then for the torso, if you use both of the joints, she can go back really far, so that's pretty good. So there you go. Looks like she's like, oh my goodness, what is that? So, yeah. And then going forward, she doesn't really go forward all that much, but she does go back, so that's pretty good. You do get, some rotation there, so that's pretty good. Then for the legs, they go out about that far, which I think is pretty good. Then they do go forward about that far, and then they go back about that far, like that. So there you go. And then you do get a little bit of a thigh swivel there, but not too much. And you do also get a double jointed knee there, so that's pretty good. And then, so that's about it for that. Then you also do get a ankle pivot right here, kind of where the shoe would actually start. So there you go. You do get a pivot there, and it does go back really far. It goes back really far, and then it also goes forward really far as well. So that's pretty good. And then you do get a toe joint in there as well. So there you go. And so that's about it for Poison Ivy there. So I think she's pretty good. And as far as the box goes, we're not going to look at the box this time because it's the same thing that we've seen with the previous figures. The trading card has the same bio on it. The only thing that's different is the picture of, Uma Thurman, Poison Ivy on there. But what I'm going to talk about is I think that this figure works really well as just a general Poison Ivy figure. Because, yeah, even though this is tied to a movie, unless you've seen the movie, you probably wouldn't know that. You'd probably think of, oh, this is just a version of Poison Ivy, maybe from the comics, maybe from a game, something like that. And I think that this works really well as just a regular Poison Ivy figure that could really fit in any collection, like, a movie collection or a comic collection or whatever it might be, Not necessarily the Arkham games, if you're trying to build an Arkham game collection. She didn't really look like this in the Arkham games, but, for really anything else, I feel like this is a good Poison Ivy. So if you're looking for a Poison Ivy figure for your collection, I would definitely recommend this one. I think that this one looks really good. So, yeah, that's really the main thing that I would have to say about this, that it's a good Poison Ivy figure. So if you're interested in that and not necessarily, something from the movie, I'd say get this. I'd say that's definitely worth a pickup if you're interested in that. So if you enjoyed this video or you agree with what I just said or anything like that, do be sure to leave a like. Let me know in the comments what you think of this figure or of, the movie that is Batman and Robin or, really anything else y'all want to talk about. And if you want to see more content like this, you can be sure to subscribe. You can also let me know in the comments what type of content you want to see more of. Yeah, but that's about all that I have. So other than all of that, I do hope that you enjoyed, and I do hope that I will see you all later. Goodbye.